to this special edition of Artful. I'm your host, Paige Park. We're here live in Clayton, Missouri for the St. Louis Art Fair. Artists here have flocked from all over the nation to represent more than 14 different mediums in arts, including painting, fiber arts, and many more. Word on the street is that this is one of the most popular venues for artists in all of the nation. Come join us as I interview some of the artists.
And so we come together as a community to celebrate the art, the music, the food, festivities, and one another.
I've always enjoyed photography. I've been shooting pictures for almost 35 years, and I finally came up with a way to put the two together and actually make a living out of it and have a great time doing it. This show has the reputation of being one of the best shows in the country, and we enjoy the Midwest, and it's really an honor to be a part of this show. This is my first year. This is the first year I applied. I was pleasantly surprised to be accepted, and I'm really happy to be here.
My work is mixed media, figurative work, very imaginative. I try to create things that no one would ever think of. I like to have a little bit of movement, a lot of fun. I use white clay and I texture it. I stain it black and then I rub it off so that the black comes into the cracks, and then I fire it, glaze it, and fire it again, and then I assemble it all. It says Queen Bee. She's got some little worker bees in there. This is a luminary. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a one-time print where I draw on it, stain it, and rub it off, and then put it all together. And so I just go for something unusual, a narrative sculpture, you know, telling a story, letting people, trying to keep it open-minded, open-ended, so people can put their own swing on it. Or
for some reason, I've always been attracted to architecture. I think there's an expressive power to architecture that's just drawn me into it. When I was growing up, I never took pictures of my family or my pets or landscapes. It was always buildings that I was drawn to. Well, you know, I think architecture is something that it has to serve a function, obviously, but there's an aesthetic design element to it too. So you have this combination that's different than, say, you know, painting that just is decorative. I mean, architecture it can look beautiful, but it also has to serve a function, so I'm drawn to that. Well, the art fair has a tremendous reputation. I think it's amazing that in such a brief amount of time they've been able to be as highly ranked as they are, and I think it speaks well of St. Louis's commitment to the artistic community. It's just really an honor to be in this fair because it is so competitive. I think St. Louis has made some tremendous strides in the last, say, 10, 15 years with the artistic community. There's all kinds of new organizations that have come into existence to give exposure to emerging artists. There's galleries that are bringing in really exciting artwork, the Contemporary Art Museum. I mean, there's just a lot of grassroots artistic development too, and a lot of artists do really creative things with, you know, having these temporary shows at rented spaces. So there's a lot going on. It's really I'm really proud to be an artist from St. Louis.
I primarily built furniture. Mainly, it was my therapy away from advertising. So I built furniture for years, and then when I decided to make a career change, it was, you know, do what I love doing. I like to work with my hands. So, and what inspired this particular body of work is 1960s era TV moms and their perfect clothes. So with my dress series, I'm working primarily with metal and making it flow like fabric, have soft curves to it. Some of the materials I work with are vintage materials. For example, old hand-painted signs. Some things are new, for example, copper that I age. Some things are repurposed. Another example would be an industrial flooring material that they use in hospitals on stair treads. I use it to make a skirt out of. So, you know, and then I've always, even when I was in the advertising world, we kind of would take materials and use it differently to solve a problem. So it's kind of natural for me to, you know, force metal to do things it's not supposed to do.
We've seen so many inspiring artists here at the St. Louis Art Fair. I'm Paige Park. Join us next time on Artful.